Hey everyone, welcome back to the show.
Hello, hello. We are so happy you are here today.
Alice, today we're looking at an article titled A New Role for Livestock Guard Dogs.
A new role for livestock guard dogs. Just from the title, I'm thinking, are these dogs going to be doing something totally different? Like being therapy dogs for cows? Or maybe they're protecting something other than farm animals?
Great thoughts. It could be about them protecting rare birds, or maybe even protecting the predators themselves. Imagine a dog guarding a wolf. It sounds a bit crazy, right?
That would be a twist. I'm definitely curious to see what this new role is. Let's dive in.
Let's do it. Here is what we will do today. In Part 1, we read a short version of the passage together. In Part 2, we learn 8 important reading skills. In Part 3, we do a quick review. And in Part 4, we practice together with some questions.
4 parts, 8 skills, and some very busy guard dogs. This is going to be a good episode.
Let's start. Okay, welcome to Part 1. This is our reading passage for today, titled A New Role for Livestock Guard Dogs.
Remember, David will read each part slowly, and I will summarize it in simple English. Just relax and listen.
I've selected the most important parts of the original article. Let's read. For thousands of years, livestock guard dogs protected farm animals from predators such as wolves and bears. In recent years, as efforts have been made to protect wild animals, predators have become more widespread. Now, guard dogs are enjoying an unexpected revival.
Okay, so for a very long time, these special dogs helped farmers keep their sheep and goats safe from wild animals. But for a while, there weren't many predators. Now, because people are trying to protect wild animals, there are more predators again. So, guard dogs are needed once more. They are coming back.
Revival. A revival means something is becoming popular or important again after a period of not being so, like an old song having a revival on the radio.
Revival. Coming back strong. Say it with me. Revival.
These dogs are raised from an early age with the animals they will protect, and these animals become the dog's family. The dogs will place themselves between the livestock and any threat, barking loudly. Often, their mere presence is sufficient to keep predators away.
This paragraph tells us how these dogs work. They grow up with the farm animals, so the animals become their family. When danger comes, the dogs stand in front of the animals and bark very loudly. Most times, just seeing the dog there is enough to scare the wild animals away.
Mere presence. Mere means only. So mere presence means just being there, nothing else. It's enough.
So, quick recap. Paragraph A told us guard dogs are popular again, and paragraph B explained how they do their job, mostly by just being there and barking.
But today's guard dogs also have a new role, to help preserve the predators themselves. Reductions in livestock losses can make farmers more tolerant of predators. For example, in Namibia, guard dogs dramatically reduced livestock losses, making farmers less likely to kill cheetahs.
This is the new role. The dogs don't just protect farm animals, they also help protect the wild animals that attack farm animals. If farmers lose fewer animals, they feel less angry at the predators, so they won't kill them. In Namibia, this has worked with cheetahs.
Preserve. To preserve means to keep something safe, to protect it from harm or from disappearing. We preserve food, we preserve old buildings, and here we preserve animals.
So if a farmer uses a guard dog and loses fewer sheep, what is the farmer more likely to do with the wild animals? Think about it. The farmer is more likely to be tolerant of them, which means they will accept them and not try to kill them. That's the key idea here.
However, there are unintended ecological effects. For example, in Namibia, the number of jackals killed actually increased. Guard dogs can also spread diseases to wild animals and compete with other meat eaters for food.
Okay, however means we're looking at the problems. Even though guard dogs help, there can be bad side effects. In Namibia, more jackals died. The dogs can also make wild animals sick by spreading diseases, and they might fight with other meat-eating animals for food.
Unintended ecological effects. Unintended means not planned, not on purpose. Ecological means related to nature and the environment, so unexpected problems for nature.
It's like when you try to fix one problem, but then a new, different problem appears. Have you ever had that happen? It's always a surprise.
The consequences aren't always negative. Guard dogs can protect vulnerable wildlife, like birds that nest on the ground. Their presence protects these birds from predators, such as foxes. So there may be a bright future for guard dogs in promoting harmony between humans and wildlife.
Finally, some good news. These side effects aren't always bad. Dogs can also help other animals, like birds that build their nests on the ground, and the dogs protect these birds from foxes that might eat their eggs. So, if we use them carefully, guard dogs can help humans and wild animals live together peacefully.
Vulnerable. If something is vulnerable, it is easy to hurt or attack. So vulnerable wildlife means animals that are easily harmed.
Okay, that is the full passage. 5 paragraphs. Let's quickly remember the main idea of each paragraph.
Paragraph A, the revival of guard dogs.
Paragraph B, how they work, with barking and presence.
Paragraph C, their new role, protecting predators.
Paragraph D, the unintended bad effects.
Paragraph E, the unexpected good effects.
So, that was our reading passage. How did you feel? Did you catch most of it?
If you didn't catch everything, that is completely normal. The goal was just to get the general shape of each paragraph and the main ideas.
Revival, how they work, new role, bad effects, good effects. If you remember those main points, you have already done something very useful.
And now, we are going to learn the 8 skills that help you read any passage like this faster and more confidently. Let's go to part 2. Welcome to part 2. This is the main part of today's episode, the 8 reading skills.
8 skills you can use in your next IELTS exam, or even in everyday English reading. Are you ready?
Let's begin with skill 1.
Okay, skill number 1, David.
Skill number 1. Skim the whole passage first before you read carefully.
Skim? You mean read it fast?
Yes, very fast. Don't stop for difficult words. Just get the general idea of each paragraph.
So, for our guard dog passage, what's the general idea?
Paragraph A introduces the revival. Paragraph B explains how they work. Paragraph C talks about their new role. Paragraph D discusses the bad effects, and paragraph E talks about the good effects.
Oh, so it's basically come back, how they work, new job, problems, benefits. That's the same shape we just reviewed a moment ago.
Exactly. And once you know that shape, finding answers becomes much faster.
Why does that help so much?
Because when a question asks about a problem, you already know that's probably in paragraph D. You don't need to search the whole text.
That makes a lot of sense. I always used to read the whole thing first. No more.
Here is a tip. When you skim, only read the first sentence of each paragraph. That sentence usually tells you what the paragraph is about.
Say this with me. Skim first.
Skill number 2, always read the questions first before you scan for answers.
Wait, isn't that obvious?
You'd think so, but many students start reading the passage in detail before they even know what they're looking for.
Ah, so they waste time reading things they don't need.
Exactly. If the question asks about diseases spread by dogs, you already know which words to look for.
So the question guides the reading, not the other way around.
Perfectly said. The question is your map. Read the map before you start walking.
The question is your map. Say it with me. The question is your map. Okay, skill 3.
Scan for keywords. Don't read every word. Let your eyes jump to the important ones.
What counts as a key word?
Names, numbers, dates, and unusual words. For example, in our passage, Namibia,
jackals, foxes, thousands of years.
So if a question asks about specific animals, I just scan for those animal names?
Exactly. Your eyes move down the page quickly, like a camera, looking for the important things.
Like a camera. My eyes are a camera. I love that.
Numbers and dates are always easy to spot. If a question mentions thousands of years, your eyes will find it very quickly.
All right, quick pit stop. So far, we've got skim first, questions are your map, and now eyes like a camera for keywords. 3 down, 5 to go.
Skill 4 is a really useful one. Watch for paraphrasing.
What do you mean by paraphrasing?
The question will almost never use the exact same words as the passage. It will use synonyms instead.
Can you give me an example from our guard dog passage?
Sure. The passage says reductions in livestock losses. A question might say fewer farm animals were lost.
Oh, reductions becomes fewer and losses becomes lost.
Exactly. Same meaning, different words.
That sounds hard.
It gets easier with practice, honestly. The skill is simply don't look for the same words, look for the same meaning.
Say that again, David. I want to remember it.
Don't look for the same words, look for the same meaning.
Don't look for the same words. Look for the same meaning. Say it with me.
Skill 5. Find the topic sentence. Usually, the first sentence of a paragraph tells you what the whole paragraph is about.
So in paragraph D, the first sentence says, however, there are unintended ecological effects.
Right. So immediately you know this paragraph is about problems, about bad side effects for nature.
So I don't need to read the whole paragraph carefully unless the question is about problems.
Exactly right. The topic sentence is like a sign. It tells you what is inside before you open the door.
Let's practice. Listen to this first sentence. What is the paragraph about?
The consequences aren't always negative.
The paragraph is about good things or positive consequences. That is paragraph E. Did you get it right?
Skill 6 is the one that trips learners up the most, but it's really just a small logic puzzle. True, false, not given questions.
Oh no, I always get confused with not given.
Everyone does at first. Here is the key difference. True means the passage says the same thing as the statement. False means the passage says the opposite. Not given means the passage simply does not mention it at all.
So not given does not mean false. It just means the passage is silent. No information.
Exactly. The passage is silent. Say it with me. The passage is silent. And here's a little trick this question type likes to play. Sometimes the statement says all or always, but the passage only talks about some. That's usually a false. The statement went too far.
Ooh, so watch out for words like all, every, always, never. Good tip.
Okay, let me test you. Here is a statement. Guard dogs always bark loudly at any threat.
The passage says they will bark loudly, but it also says their mere presence is often sufficient. So always might be too strong. That is false because it's not always just barking?
Very close. The passage says the dogs will place themselves, barking loudly, and often their mere presence is sufficient. It doesn't say always bark, but it also doesn't say they don't always bark. It implies they do bark, but also that presence is enough. Let's try this one. Guard dogs are trained from birth to protect farm animals.
The passage says raised from an early age. That's not from birth, but it's close. Does it mean the same thing?
Not exactly the same. From birth is very specific. From an early age is more general. The passage doesn't give us the exact timing of birth. So the answer is not given. The passage is silent on from birth.
Ah, I see. So even if it's close, if it's not exactly what the passage says, it's not given. That's tricky. Skill 7?
Manage your time. If one question is taking too long, skip it and come back later.
But isn't it bad to leave a question unanswered?
It's worse to spend 5 minutes on one hard question and lose time for 5 easy ones.
Oh, so one hard question can cost you many easy points.
Exactly. Always guess something, mark it, and move on. You can come back at the end if you have time.
A good rule of thumb, roughly 1.5 minutes per question. If you're still stuck after that, move on and come back later.
And our last skill, skill 8, guess unknown words from context. You will never know every word, and that is completely normal.
Oh, that is so good to hear.
For example, imagine you don't know the word tolerant in our passage, but the sentence talks about reductions in livestock losses can make farmers more tolerant of predators and less likely to kill them.
Less likely to kill them is a big clue. So I can guess tolerant must mean something like accepting or not wanting to harm. I don't need the exact definition. I just need enough to understand the main idea.
Exactly. Context is the words around the unknown word. Use those words as clues.
Say this with me. Use context clues.
And that is skill 8, and all 8 skills done.
Wow, 8 skills. That was a lot, but I feel much more confident now.
You should. These are real, practical skills that every good IELTS reader uses.
And the important thing is, these skills work together. Skim, read the questions, scan for keywords, watch for paraphrasing, topic sentence, true, false, not given, time management, context clues. They are a team.
All 8 working together. Let's go review them quickly.
Before we move on to part 3, David, where can students practice these reading logic skills?
Definitely check out IELTSlogic.com. It offers full reading passage breakdowns, listening practice, and speaking logic chain training.
That's awesome! Built by system architects to sharpen your analytical thinking. Visit IELTSlogic.com today.
Welcome to Part 3. Quick review, no pressure, just a fun recap. I will quiz Alice and you can play along.
Ready? I will remember all 8. Watch me.
Okay, Alice, I'm going to quiz you. Skill 1. What do we do first?
Read every single word in detail?
No, that's the opposite. Skim first. Get the big picture.
Right. Skim first. I knew that.
Okay, skill 2. What comes after skimming?
Read the questions before you scan. The question is your map.
Excellent. And skill 3? After reading the questions, what do your eyes do?
Scan for keywords, names, numbers, dates. My eyes are a camera.
Perfect. Now, skill 4, this is a tricky one. What should you watch out for?
Paraphrasing. Don't look for the same words, look for the same meaning.
You got it. How about skill 5? What's that magic sentence in each paragraph?
The topic sentence. It's like a sign on a door.
Okay, skill 6. What are those 3 tricky words?
True, false, not given. And not given means the passage is silent.
Spot on. Almost there. Skill 7.
Manage your time. Don't get stuck on one question. Move on.
And finally, skill 8. If you see a word you don't know.
Guess from context. Use context clues. 8 skills. I think I got them all this time.
Well, almost. You nearly said read every word at the start.
That one doesn't count. I was warming up.
Now, if you feel like it, try saying all 8 out loud yourself. No pressure. Even remembering 4 or 5 is great.
However you did, that is genuine progress. 8 skills reviewed, quickly and clearly.
Remember, you don't need to memorize the names. You need to do them. Skills are actions, not words. Alice, a quick reminder for our listeners before we head into part 4.
Yes, for complete reading, sentence analysis, synonym replacements, and solution pathways, head over to IELTSlogic.com.
It's designed by IELTS experts to help you build clear logic. Check out IELTSlogic.com and boost your score. Now, the most important part, putting the skills into action. Let's go to part 4. Welcome to part 4, practice time. We are going to use our passage about guard dogs. Remember, their comeback, how they work, their new role, the bad effects and the good effects. And I will ask you some exam-style questions.
Try to answer before we give you the answer, if you can. Say it out loud if you like. No pressure, though. Just listening carefully works too.
After each question, we pause. Then we go back to the passage, look at the exact line, and explain the answer. Statement 1. Guard dogs have helped protect cheetahs in Namibia. Is this true, false, or not given?
Let's look back at paragraph C. The passage said, for example, in Namibia, guard dogs dramatically reduced livestock losses, making farmers less likely to kill cheetahs. So, by reducing losses, the dogs helped protect the cheetahs. That's a perfect match, so the answer is true. Statement 2. Livestock guard dogs mainly keep predators away by physically attacking them. True, false, or not given?
Let's go back to paragraph B. The passage said, the dogs will place themselves between the livestock and any threat, barking loudly. Often, their mere presence is sufficient to keep predators away. It mentions barking and presence, and only, if necessary, chasing. It doesn't say mainly by physically attacking. That's the opposite of what the passage implies, so the answer is false. Let's try a fill-in-the-blank question now. Complete the sentence. In Namibia, the number of jackals killed actually increased.
For this, we need paragraph D, which talks about unintended effects. The passage clearly states, for example, in Namibia, the number of jackals killed actually increased. So the missing word is jackals. Another fill in the blank. Complete this sentence. Guard dogs can protect birds from predators such as foxes.
Let's find this in paragraph E, where it talks about the unexpected good effects. The passage states, their presence protects these birds from predators such as foxes. So the word we need is foxes. That is the skill working already. And notice, for each one, we didn't just spot the trap, we went back to the exact line that proves the answer. That's the habit worth building.
It actually feels manageable now. When I know the skills, the questions are not so scary.
That is exactly the goal. You don't need to understand every word. You need the right strategy and the habit of checking back against the text.
And now you have 8 strategies. You are ready.
So that is it for today. 8 reading skills and a fascinating look at the new role of guard dogs.
Let's say all 8 one more time, fast. Skim. Questions first. Keywords. Paraphrasing. Topic sentence. True, false, not given. Time management. Context clues.
8 skills. Beautiful.
Before we go, say this with me. I have the right strategy.
I have the right strategy.
I have the right strategy.
Say it one more time if you like, because it's true.
Oh, before we go, one last fun fact about guard dogs.
Oh, do tell.
Some guard dog breeds, like the Great Pyrenees, are born with an extra dew claw on their hind legs. It's like an extra thumb, and it helps them get better grip on rough ground, like mountains. Pretty cool, right?
That's amazing. An extra thumb for climbing. What a detail.
If this episode helped you, come back next time for more practice passages.
And remember, you don't need to understand every word. You need the right strategy.
You've got this.
Until next time, keep reading, keep practicing, and trust the process.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.